Now it's time for The World's Gone Mad. Well, it's only 2 weeks, as I said, since Donald Trump officially became President of the United States, but it seems plenty of Americans still can't quite cope and are struggling with those MAGA meltdown moments.
Everything's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's okay.
Everything's okay, everything's okay. Even though Trump has always been popular with and supportive of the LGBT movement, his theme song is the Village People's gay anthem YMCA, after all, many still cannot cope.
Surrounded by MAGA, including my in-laws. And I'm like, what? And you want to pretend that you didn't vote for him and that I am gay and that what's happening isn't just affecting me, but millions of others, and you just want to sweep that under the rug?
Perhaps she was getting agitated because Trump's new Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, announced this week that the US Army will no longer be celebrating Pride Month. That's Gay Pride Month. Indeed, it's not only the US Army, all around the world, wokeness is now in retreat and not before time. Gay rights have long been accepted throughout the West. There is no longer any need for the marches and flags, which have become more often than not simply overt exhibitionism, and certainly the extremist gay transgender ideology does not belong in our schools, as Trump has now made clear. Oh dear, down comes the flag off the school wall. Incidentally, somebody might want to tell Woolworths here in Australia that we have had enough of this sort of overt LGBT nonsense here too. Seriously, as I showed you last week, Woolies could barely bring themselves to celebrate Australia Day, but they have to festoon their shops with the rainbow transgender flag. Speaking of MAGA meltdowns, the transgender aspect of the rainbow alphabet, on the basis of their previous form, the T's of LGBT fame are likely to be a little teed off.
I have a trans daughter. There are threats against her life. Just her existence as a human being. There are people that want to annihilate her and people like her.
And that was back in 2022, before Trump's executive order claiming there are only two genders. Imagine what the reaction would be now. In case you didn't recognize her, that was, of course, famous Hollywood comedy actress from the 1980s, Jamie Lee Curtis, seen here in the hit comedy True Lies, clearly struggling with her own gender identity. Maybe Jamie's read too many Hollywood film scripts because she seems to think that armies of fascists are running around Beverly Hills exterminating transgender people or something like that.
As if we haven't learned from fascism, like we haven't learned what the result of that is. The extermination of human beings. That is terrifying. So, Jamie Lee Curtis is scared.
And not only Jamie Lee Curtis, Annette Bening, Charlize Theron, Cher, Sigourney Weaver, Ali Sheedy, and our very own Naomi Watts all have trans or non-binary kids. Must be something in the Beverly Hills bottled water. Sex and the City star Cynthia Nixon has way more than her fair share.
I am here today as the mother of a proud trans man. I am here today as the aunt of a proud trans man. My best friend's kid is trans, and my kid's best friend is trans. My trans kid had his top surgery at NYU a number of years ago. Wow.
I wonder how she keeps up with them all. Elsewhere, LGBT activists appear to be channeling Rosa Parks and are more concerned about being thrown off the bus.
They will try to separate us. They will kick the trans people off the bus. They're kicking the indigenous people off the bus. They're kicking our intersex community off the bus. Our Two-Sphere Plus family, they're kicking them off the bus. They just want a membership LGBT bus. Well, guess what, babe? That LGBT bus, it's not gonna have any gas. It won't have any tires. Y'all not going any far. Because we are a community.
And before we finish, a look at this mad world, we can't go past this year's Grammys. Look at this on the red carpet.
DEI is not a threat, it's a gift.
And I just want to say tonight that trans people are not invisible.
No, indeed. Trans people and indeed most Hollywood people are certainly not invisible. Mind you, not everybody is crazy to cut snake, even in California. Here's the brilliant conservative rapper Joy Villa.
I think the ones that should be deported are being deported. To be honest, I'm a Latina. My family came from this country to this country legally. And I love to see rapists, human traffickers deported. I don't want to see them here. I want us to be free for all colors, for all people. Like, that's what makes America great again.
Can't say fairer than that. Looks like there are indeed some pockets of sanity, even in Hollywood.